Therefore, my next question, Dr. Usha, to you is this. You worked with several CBSE schools and, you're a master trainer. How do you take in some of the concepts which your IB truly believes in and take that to some of the national board schools in India? And, how do we marry the two without actually, being an IB school, but how do you bring in those concepts into some of the national board schools in India?
Surabhi, thank you for that lovely question. I would like to begin by saying that, it depends on the perspective of the person to whom you're answering, right? And I think the best can always be given to the children because they are the core of everything that any educationist would do. So whether you are from a national curriculum or whether you are from an international curriculum, the clarity that one must have is what is it that we can do best for our children and grab it and start introducing it. And I don't think in any CBSE school also, apart from having a rigid curriculum, as I would put it, the pedagogy was never dictated to any school. So as a school leader, you always had the freedom to deliver the content in the best possible manner. And I realized that when we were converting from a CBSE school to an IB school, right at the first workshop, when I put our vision and mission statement across in the workshop, I found there wasn't a word that I needed to change. Right? So I think that, you can do the right things irrespective of the board that you belong to is one. And I believe that, if what's happening in India, if you look at what's happening in Delhi in the government schools, I think they're just picking the best practices and converting it into an IB atmosphere there, right? And creating that environment because they do believe that that's going to be great for the children, which I think is a fantastic move because we don't want to work in silos. Just because it's an international curriculum, welcoming it or not welcoming it. And the best part is that people have this assumption that it is very, very expensive, right? I understand that when people talk of IB schools, the fee is like phenomenal. And that deters a lot of parents from actually getting it in. But I think deliverables can be made, I think at even a nominal cost, as long as we're focusing on what can we grab. I, for one, I think when we were changing over, what I liked about IB is that right through the PYP program, we focus on the attitudes and skills as well. So when we talk of very rightly by my co-panelist, Donna was saying about the quality of research, or the assignments that you were talking of that would give them a broad perspective. These traits are imbibed in the children as part of pedagogy. And I think that becomes a habit, as they progress to the senior classes. I think even if I weren't an IB school, I think these are things I would recommend to any CBSE school saying, because academic honesty and doing research in a creative and innovative manner are traits that our Indian children definitely need to pick up. I think that's one area that I would like to focus on and make sure that, everybody in India picks this up, because training a child to do which is right in a creative manner and to take pride that it's original. And then, you can see the best happening no matter which curriculum you belong to.